Thank you, Chairman. As well, our road safety is an issue in which there has been substantial progress over the last decade, and improving safety and saving lives on our roads is of concern for all parties and all members of this House. Credit is due to the opposition of the former government for convincing strategies and reforms at a time when there was a death on Irish roads for every day of the year and more besides. Much credit is also due to the current Transport Minister, Minister Varadkar, who has clearly made road safety a priority for him and for his department. Thankfully, we've witnessed a 65% fall in deaths over the period of 1997 to 2012, with 2012 being the safest year on Irish roads ever. And this is due to a combination of factors. We have much better compliance with common sense measures such as seatbelt wearing and a reduction in drivers driving under the influence of alcohol. We have better enforcement systems with the penalty points system now an intrinsic feature of road safety. We have the National Car Testing Service, which guards against mechanical failures and promotes vehicle roadworthiness. We have a restructured driving test system under the direction of the Road Safety Authority, and this system has ensured that securing a driving licence is more challenging than ever before and requires a high standard of awareness of good driving. We have a dedicated Garda traffic corps, an enhanced system of traffic monitoring and a more comprehensive information system which provides motorists and pedestrians with real-time information. All of these innovations have combined to substantially reduce road deaths in Ireland, and injuries indeed. Regrettably, however, this year's figures seem to be creeping upwards, a fact which demonstrates how vital it is for us in Oireachtas Éireann to continue our work at updating and reforming road safety legislation and so empower other authorities and bodies to continue their vital work. In tandem with this bill, the Government has commenced recently the fourth Irish Road Safety Strategy to run from 2013 to 2020, which will see the implementation of 144 actions designed to make our roads safer. Among these are further changes to the driver licensing system, some of which are contained in this bill. And it is a fact that the more experience we amass at an activity, the better we will be, and requiring learners to build up a log of informal driving experience alongside the formal mandatory 12 lessons with qualified instructors is welcome. Furthermore, the lowering of limits for disqualification of less experienced drivers will also act as an incentive to be more careful and mindful on our roads. I note with interest, however, the point that a disqualified driver will still be able to commence driving following a set period of time without undergoing any educative or rehabilitative courses. I'm encouraged that this anomaly is currently under scrutiny by the RSA and the Department. However, it would be a mistake for anyone to believe that newly qualified drivers or learner drivers are the only groups in need of education on safe driving practices. Bad habits die hard and are compounded over time. There are many drivers on our roads who have had full licences for many years but are capable of poor judgment and poor skill in terms of their driving. Who can forget the incredible step taken some decades ago to solve the backlog of driving test applications? Anyone with 2 provisional licences was able to obtain a full licence without even sitting a test. Thankfully, we have travelled a good distance from such a ludicrous idea, which showed scant regard for road safety. The one perennial threat to road safety is, in my view, speeding, and a spokesman for the Garda Síochána recently commented, "There is no doubt that excessive or inappropriate speed plays a significant factor in collisions and in particular what happens to those involved. We know from our analysis that 4 out of 5 fatal road traffic collisions are occurring on our roads with a speed limit of 80 km per hour or more. Reducing your speed and ensuring you and all your passengers wear a seatbelt could be the difference between life and death." Every driver needs to understand the fundamental fact that less speed means more control. With more control, drivers are better able to react to the unexpected and are therefore in a much better position to avoid collisions. Pedestrians also have a role to play. Driving in my constituency of Galway involves travelling on roads of all types in urban, suburban and rural settings. The development of Galway City, for example, has seen built up modern roads with street lights that are only seconds away from older, narrower, darker country roads with no lighting. The stark difference exemplifies the importance of visibility and of pedestrians using reflective clothing, such as vests and armbands, which are available free of charge from local authorities, such as Galway County Council. I'd also like to commend the Minister in relation to the decision last week with the RSA regarding the changing to the 80 km per hour signs on our country roads. These have been the source of much derision for a long period of time. They made no sense. They were extremely hard to defend. We could explain them in terms of the decision taken to convert to kilometres a number of years ago, but very, very hard to defend and to explain to people that they were necessary. So I'm delighted with that change. Finally, in England, a new system has been implemented to combat speeding. Drivers caught speeding are now being offered the choice of accepting penalty points and the associated financial consequences these bring, or of attending a special workshop focusing on speeding and its often deadly consequences. This approach is rooted in education and acknowledges that educating, informing and explaining very often achieve better outcomes, and I cannot think of a better outcome than that which saves lives. Thank you, Chairman.